Okay, hi guys. Good evening to each and every one of you once again. I'm sorry I will have to hold my microphone because for the past few materials that I have been giving you, a lot have been complaining that I have a very weak voice and your audio that you have been receiving has been very, very low. So tingnan natin kung anong magbabago dito. Hahawakan ko na lang ng konti yung aking microphone. Okay, so this is again a continuation of our marketing mix, and I am going to finish the last piece that we have to talk about. And at this point, we are already done, if I'm not mistaken, with product promotion, place, price. So this time, let's go to people. Okay, the marketing mix regarding people is referring to the individual employees or employees, I mean, who are workers that are directly involved in the production, marketing, and sale of a service or a product. This is talking about basically all employees that has an effect and that creates an effect on a certain product. So pag sinabi natin production, this can talk about how the products were made, how they were designed. So normally kasama dyan yung ating mga engineering department. Kung pinag-usapan natin dyan mga gamot, yung mga chemist at saka yung mga pharmacist. So yan, production. So sa mere fact na pag-design ng isang product, pagdating sa marketing at sa pagbebenta, andyan yung mga finance natin, andyan yung mga material purchasers natin, andyan yung mga salespersons. Okay? So as long as they are involved in the actual production of the product, or yung pagbibigay ng service, that is referring to people. So if we're taking a look at the advertisements, we can refer to the commercial endorsers as part of the people. They are considered as employees of a certain product. Okay. Now, it is very essential that entrepreneurs are able to identify the right people. So, how are we going to identify the right people for for the product or for our businesses? Okay, we need to hire the people with matching educational qualifications. Meron silang pinag-aralan tungkol dun sa hinahire natin na trabaho para sa kanila, and also at the same time yung expertise nila doon sa mga trabaho na kailangan i-perform on a certain job, on the tasks needed to be performed and completed on a certain job. Let's say for example, kung ang kailangan ng eskwelahan ay mga teachers, unang-una mag-hire ka ng mga graduate ng courses ng education. Okay? Now, let's say for example, nagkakaroon ng pagbabago ngayon. Mas gusto ng maraming eskwelahan na hindi lang basta-basta teachers yung mga hinahire nila. For example, when you go to college, not all of the college teachers that you see in there are actually education graduates. I taught for a long time, for around 5 or 6 years in college level, and I am not a graduate of education. However, I did take my methods of teaching. Yung methods of teaching, ito yung isa sa mga core subjects na kailangan i-take ng mga education graduates, teaching them the techniques and what are the things that they need to know on how to teach. Pero, hindi nga sila education graduate, pero yung mga subjects na tinuturo nila, meron silang first-hand experience tungkol sa mga subjects na tinuturo nila. For example, since I am a graduate of business management, my master's degree is also in management, and my doctorate is management, lahat ng mga subjects pertaining to marketing, management, yung business organization and management, yan yung mga subjects na tinuturo ko. So maybe I need to siguro konting practice lang tungkol sa pagtuturo, pero basically every idea that the students need to know about management, meron naman akong alam. Okay? So it may not necessarily be about the educational qualification. However, if the experience that they have with the subject that they are teaching, probably pwede natin sila tanggapin. Okay? But meron tayong ibang rules tungkol sa mga teachers na nagtuturo na walang education courses. We have different rules for that, but that's a topic for another time. Okay? The right people also identifies how much they're going to receive as salary or compensation. Ibig sabihin, kung magkano yung ibabayad mo sa kanya, magdidepende din yung hinihingi mo sa kanya, yung hinahanap mong qualification. Of course, the higher the qualification, the higher the cost. Okay? Kadalasan tatakbo ang mga estudyante, tatakbo ang mga bagong graduates, yung mga walang trabaho, takbo sila sa call center. Alam nilang mataas ang sweldo sa call center. Pero naiintindihan ba natin kung ano yung mga pinagdadaanan nila bago nila marating yung mga posisyon na yan? Bakit ang tataas ng kanilang mga sweldo? Number one, they enter training. Anong training nila? Training nila sa accent, training nila kung paano sila sumagot sa tanong ng mga tao, and basically they have to appear as if they are not Filipinos in their speech. So ibig sabihin they are trained to talk in a certain way para ma-convince nila yung kausap nila na hindi sila Filipinos. Okay? That's another thing. Hindi na natin pag-uusapan bakit ganun yung idea na yan. Okay? Kaya pag nakausap nyo sila, mapapansin ninyo ang galing nila magsalita ng English. Kapag ka nakipag-conversation kayo sa kanila, marunong silang sumagot at diretsahan, direct to the point, walang paligoy-ligoy ang kanilang mga sagot. It's because they were trained to do that. And that's the reason why they have high salaries. Okay? So, that is talking about people. Now, let's talk about packaging. Ang packaging natin is referring to the process of putting a product inside a package or a container. The products that we sell are hindi naman lahat ng mga products na binebenta natin pwede mong ibigay yan as it is. Okay? Let's say for example, yung burger. From the production of the burger, hindi mo lang pwedeng ibigay na burger lang doon sa tao. Siyempre meron niyang paglalagyan, either a tissue paper, o kaya yung cover niya, o kaya kahit paper bag lang, that you have to put it there. So basically, that's the packaging or the container. Okay? I'm not sure if you have yung mga taga-Pandan dyan, no? Paglabas natin dito sa kanto, dito sa Flying V, merong isang kanto na papasok lagpas doon. Merong tindahan doon, tindahan ng lechong manok sa may looban banda. Lechon manok, ang pangalan ay Chicken Hut. Ito ay franchise na pag-aari ng isa sa aking mga dating estudyante sa Systems Plus. And sabi ko sa kanya, I have tried the products, I bought the products, tinikman ko siya, masarap yung manok. Okay? Masarap din yung sauce. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, the only downside of your product, sabi ko kasi is, binigay mo lang siya sa akin na nakabalot nga sa foil, pero hawak-hawak ko siya sa isang regular lang na plastic. Parang ang ganda ng advertisement mo, ang ganda ng pagkaka-advertise mo sa internet, sa Facebook, pero pagdating sa actual product, parang jologs naman yung inyong sorry for the term, parang hindi maganda. Sabi ko, why don't you look over the internet? Yung mga packaging na katulad ng Chooks to Go, sabi ko, meron siyang resealable packs, tapos microwavable pack siya. Hanapin mo yun, sabi ko, so that you can improve the packaging of your product. Okay? Now, what are the issues that you need to address on when it comes to packaging? Ano ba yung mga pinag-uusapan natin? Number one of the main reasons why we package products is that we want to protect the products from spillage, yung pagkahulog, pagkatapon. Okay? Para hindi rin na-damage yung mga products. That's why meron tayong mga packaging na tinatawag na bubble wrap. May mga plastic wrap para hindi masyado gumalaw yung mga products sa loob ng karton kasi habang gumagalaw yan, nagagasgas na babasag. Okay? And then also at the same time, we package them because we don't want to spoil the products. Pag sinabing spoilage, napapanis. Okay? There are some products na kapag ka nahanginan, may mga ilang products na kapag ka nadapuan ng dumi sa loob, napapanis siya. Another thing that you have to identify about your products and in its packaging is what are the materials that are being used in packaging. Environmentally friendly ba siya or things like that. Labeling and product information to be printed in the actual package. Ano ba yung nilalagay mong label? Number one, you put the name of your company, you put the name of the actual product, you put the contents, ano ba yung nilalaman niya, gaano siya kabigat. You also have to input product information like yung mga nutrition value niya. Pag yan ay pakatulad ng pizza, meron nakasulat na reheating instructions. Kapag damit, laundry, instructions, paano mo siya lalabhan. So, ito yung mga bagay na isinusulot natin sa ating mga packaging. And also at the same time, you should also consider that your packaging should be user-friendly. Pag sinabi natin user-friendly, madali siyang buksan, madaling hawakan, at madali din siyang itago. Okay? The next idea, the next piece, the last piece that we're going to talk about is positioning. Okay? Medyo mahirap ipaintindi itong positioning na to, no? But sometimes, when I talk to students, I talk about positioning in such a way that if you're talking about a new product, trying to enter the scene in the market, positioning comes to them in a way na how are they going to be able to sa mga existing na mga produkto na nandiyan na sa loob ng market, paano mo isisingit yung sarili mo? So that's one, penetration, and the other thing is positioning. Penetration, yung paano ka makakasingit sa gitna ng lahat ng mga markets na yan. So normally, ang ginagawa ng mga companies is binabagsak yung presyo ng produkto para as compared to the other existing companies, um, masubukan nila. Kasi ibababa yung presyo kasi it will convince people to try to use it. And then once they have used it, that's when people start to develop a perception in their mind sa kung ano yung isip nila sa product. Okay, iniisip natin kapag kamura siya, hindi siya ganun kagandahan. Pero nung dumating yung bagong product, nag-penetrate siya sa pamagitan ng mura na produkto, sinubukan mo siya, ano mapapaisip ka, okay, kahit pala mura siya, halos kapareho din lang pala siya ng ibang mga mamahaling produkto sa market. So at that point, nagkaroon na ng position si product sa isip ng iyong customer. Now, let's say for example, let's compare McDonald's, Jollibee, KFC, and Chowking. Okay. So, pag-usapan natin yan. Let's talk about chicken. Anong chicken ang pinakamasarap sa lahat? Okay? So, kung ako i-rate ko yan, I would go to McDonald's, and then number 2, Jollibee. No, I'll go to KFC, tapos Chowking, last yung Jollibee. Nakakainis kasi yung Jollibee, parati sinaserve sa akin breast part eh. Nagre-request ka ng Thai puro breast. Okay. How about French fries? I'll go to McDonald's, KFC. Walang French fries, automatic last si Chowking. Tapos si Jollibee. Hindi ko talaga gusto yung French fries ni Jollibee. Okay? How about spaghetti? Spaghetti, Jollibee ako dyan. Tapos McDonald's, tapos KFC. Wala naman. Okay, now kung pagkain naman na gusto mo yun, talaga sigurado ka mabubusog. Number 1 ako, pupunta ako ng Chowking. Automatic dyan. Chow fan with pork chow fan with fried pork siomai, tapos isang large Coke. Solved na yan. Okay? So, sa isip ng customers, positioning is the idea na kung saan pumupwesto yung certain product among all of its other competitors. Now, as an entrepreneur, you need to identify the where the product that you're offering, where does it lie in the mind of your customer. That way, you will be able to identify what strategy you need to do. Okay? Now, let me give you a solid idea, no? Um, you may not be familiar with this, no? Table tennis. Meron kaming product noon na isa sa mga best-selling na mga production pagdating sa table tennis. We call it Butterfly. The brand is Butterfly. Ever since noon pa, number 1 seller na yan. And then all of a sudden, back in 2015, nabigla kami, Adidas went into the market. Pumasok siya sa labanan ng table tennis. And you're talking about Adidas being producers of products for basketball, volleyball, and other sports. But still, hindi siya ganun karunong sa table tennis products. Now, 2015, pasok siya, no? So, introduce siya ng mga products, nagustuhan naman ng mga players, ginamit, sinubukan. And then in 2017, all of a sudden, nagsara siya. Bakit sa nagsara? Okay? It's because one of the mission of Adidas company, Adidas brand, was to be number 1 in table tennis products. But the problem is, from 2015, 2016, 2017, hindi nila nakita na yung mga tao, sa isip nila, mapapalitan ng Adidas yung butterfly sa isip ng mga players. Para bang sinabi mo na darating yung panahon na yung toothpaste ay hindi na tatawagin Colgate or Close Up, tatawagin siyang Happy. Okay? Parang ganun. So, hindi niya nakuha yung gusto niya. That's why sabi dito, ang isang entrepreneur, kailangan mo ring malaman sa perspective ng customer kung nasa saan yung produkto niya. Bakit? Kapag ka nakita mo kung saan yung produkto sa pag-iisip ng iyong mga customers, there you will be able to create a strategy. And in this case, Adidas, nag-fade away sila and bandang huli talagang totally nag-close na sila kasi hindi nila na-change yung perspective ng mga customers sa product nila as compared to the other companies. Okay? Now, take a look at these things. What are these things, no? These are basically sponge. Sponge yan na paghugas ng pinggan. Ngayon, ang isip ko dito, ang tanong ko dito sa inyo is, how would you rate the importance of this in your personal life? Gaano ito ka-importante sa inyong mga buhay? If you cannot understand why I have different kinds of sponges in here, no? May metal sa right, pinaka-right, and then the next one is square, tapos yung next one parang may shape, tapos yung next one parang mas magaspang siya. Okay? Gaano ba ka-importante? If you cannot answer my question right now, ibig sabihin number one, hindi ka naghuhugas ng pinggan. Okay? Why? It's because kung hindi mo naiisip kung importante ito sa'yo o hindi, it's because hindi mo ginagamit. So that's the position in the mind. So if you're selling these products and you ask a person who cannot give you an answer about this product simply because hindi niya alam yung products na yan. Kasi hindi siya naghuhugas ng pinggan. Now, if you ask me, importante sa akin yan. Lahat yan importante. Why? It's because there are some, halimbawa, yung steel brush na yan, kapag yung kawali, talagang dumikit na yung niluto mo, dumikit na siya ng husto, steel brush ang ginagamit ko. Yung sponge na yellow at saka green, okay lang yan. But, mas prefer ko yung may shape kasi mas nahahawakan ko siya ng mabuti. And then, ayoko rin yung lumang-luma na yung sponge na medyo smooth na siya dun sa kulay green niyang pang scrub. Kasi kailangan medyo magaspang-gaspang yan para kumontra siya sa hinuhugasan mo. Pag dumikit na yung kanin na tapos na kayong kumain, tapos nag-uusap kayo. Dahil nag-uusap kayo, hindi nabasa yung kanin sa plato, dumikit na nigas. And then yung pinakahuli, hindi ko masyado trip to eh. Pero merong iba na gumagamit yan. Feeling ko kasi dito, instead na magstay yung sabon na mabula doon sa mismong sponge, hindi siya masyado nagsistay. Pero nakakapagkaskas siya ng mabuti doon sa mga matitigas na stain sa mga plato. Tsaka sa mga kutsara, tinidor, lalo na yung tinidor sa pagitan ng mga ipin. Kinakaskas yan para matanggal yung dumi dyan sa loob. Pag nanigas yan dyan, ang hirap niyan. Okay? Now, basically, the idea is, okay, kung anong tingin ng mga tao sa mga produkto na ito, that is the position of the product in the perception of your customers. Now, you have a group work. Now, I need you to check your Schoology for the guide questions on how to answer the activity. Now, each group, I have 8 different kinds of products and I have pictures on the next slide. Each group is given a product to dissect and identify its marketing mix. Anong gagawin ninyo? Okay? These are 8. There are 8 of this. Okay? And I'm going to have to find a way muna how to distribute this to all of you. Hindi tayo pwedeng magbunutan. Baka siguro magbubunutan tayo or spin a wheel na lang. I don't know how we're going to do it, no? But basically, these are the products that you are going to talk about. And I will give you sample questions, okay? So, in your Schoology, I will activate on October 20 ko ba to? Oo, October 20. I think this is a Wednesday or Tuesday. Tapos submission siya next week pa. Okay, so insert the product here. These are the questions that you're going to see. Okay, so if you have any questions, so how are you going to do this? So this is issued on October 20. When are you going to submit it? October 27 at 12:20. Kasi isip ko may mga klase kayo. So upload nyo na October 27 at 12:20. So between 12:20 to 1 p.m. Okay? Baka hindi na-update yung nakalagay sa Schoology but at least nasabi ko sa inyo dito. How are you going to submit it? Please submit it as a Microsoft Word format posted on the updates of Schoology. Now, you have questions in here. You don't really have to answer one by one, but if you want, you can go ahead and answer it. This is going to, depending on the kind of product that you have, but basically, inisip ko naman that any product that you choose, these are common questions. And this is just to give you an exercise on how you're going to dissect a marketing mix. After you learn how to dissect your marketing mix sa isang existing na product, then the next thing that we're going to do is you will need to create your own marketing mix for your own product. Now, anim yan kasi andi dito yung promotion and people. Okay? So that is everything for today and I will see you on the next session that we need to have. Thank you very much and God bless you.